thirsty frog Frogitilik. Once upon a time, deep within the lush green forests of Willow Hollow, there lived a small plump frog named Frogitilik. He was not an ordinary frog. He had the loudest croak in the entire forest, the springiest jump, and the most competitive spirit among all the young frogs. Frogitilik loved racing. Every morning, while dew still shimmered on the leaves and the birds sang their soft melodies, Frogitilik would gather his frog friends, Hopper, Lily, Croaky, and Bloop, for another round of leap and race. The frogs would leap over mushrooms, dodge through cattails, and race past babbling brooks just for the thrill of it. One sunny morning, the frogs decided to hold the biggest race ever, the Grand Forest Froggathon. All the frogs were excited, but none more than Frogitilik. "I'm going to win this one for sure," he croaked proudly. "No one can beat me." "But remember, Frogitilik," said Lily gently, "the race is for fun. Don't get too carried away." Frogitilik only winked. He had a plan. As the race began, Frogitilik leaped with all his might. He bounced over logs and lily pads, always ahead of his friends. But halfway through the race, something unexpected happened. Frogitilik felt very thirsty. The sun was shining brighter than usual, and the heat made his throat feel dry like sandpaper. So he stopped by a little stream, slurped up some water, and kept racing. But soon, he felt thirsty again. So he drank from a pond, then from a river, then from a waterfall, then from a lake. Frogitilik drank and drank, so much so that the water in the forest began to disappear. Glug, glug, glug. Streams stopped flowing, ponds dried up, birds looked around in confusion. Deer wandered in search of water. Even the tiny ants paused, holding empty leaves instead of droplets. But Frogitilik didn't stop. "Just one more sip," he muttered. Before long, Frogitilik had slurped up all the water in the entire forest. His belly grew so big that he could barely hop. He rolled to the finish line and declared, "I win." But there was no applause. His frog friends looked at him in shock. "Frogitilik," cried Croaky, "you drank all the water." "There's nothing left for anyone," whispered Bloop. "Even the flowers are drooping." Frogitilik blinked. "I didn't mean to." The forest was silent. The air felt dry. All the animals gathered together under the biggest tree in Willow Hollow to discuss what to do. "There must be a way to get the water back," said wise old Tortoise Tom, who had lived in the forest for over 100 years. "Maybe we can poke him with a stick," suggested mischievous squirrel Squeaky. No, gasped Olivia the owl. "That's not kind. We must think carefully." The animals gathered around in a circle. Foxy Fred, Bunny Bell, Bear Bruno, and even Tiny Bee Buzz had come to help. Then a little voice chirped, "Why not make him laugh?" It was Minny the Mouse, barely bigger than a pebble. "Laugh?" said Olivia, adjusting her glasses. "Yes, my grandma once said, when someone laughs hard enough, they let go of everything they're holding in. Maybe if Frogitilik laughs, he'll spit the water out." The forest fell quiet. "That's brilliant," said Tortoise Tom. So the animals came up with a plan. One by one, they'd perform their funniest acts for Frogitilik until he burst into laughter. The Great Laughing Plan. The next morning, the animals rolled Frogitilik, who was now round like a balloon, onto a soft patch of grass in the clearing. "Frogitilik," Olivia said gently, "we know you didn't mean to take all the water, but we need it back. Would you try something for us?" Frogitilik nodded slowly. His tummy wobbled like jelly. First up was Foxy Fred. He wore a tutu and danced ballet while balancing blueberries on his tail. The animals chuckled, but Frogitilik only smirked. Next was Bear Bruno, who attempted to sing opera while juggling honey jars. He got sticky and fell into a bush. Giggles spread among the forest dwellers, but still, Frogitilik didn't laugh. Then came Bunny Bell with her comedy puppet show. The puppet slipped, flopped, and popped out of the stage. Frogitilik's cheeks puffed. Was that a giggle? Then Bee Buzz buzzed around in a top hat, pretending to be a magician. He pulled a daisy from a squirrel's ear and accidentally got stuck in his own hat. Frogitilik's belly bounced a little. Finally, Minny the Mouse stepped forward. She wore oversized glasses and a tiny mustache. Presenting the amazing Minny and her marshmallow mishap. She squeaked. She took a marshmallow 3 times her size, tried to balance it on her nose, spun in circles, tripped over her own tail, and landed with a splat, right into a bowl of jelly someone had left for snack time. Sploosh! There was a pause. Then, wah! Frogitilik burst out laughing. His whole body shook like a water balloon. And just like that, gush! Water shot out of his mouth, spraying high into the air. It poured in streams, flowed into rivers, and danced back into lakes. The ponds filled, the streams trickled, and the forest sang with joy. Even the flowers opened up again. The forest animals cheered and danced under the rain of water. Bee Buzz flew loops in the air. Bunny Bell hugged Bear Bruno, sticky honey and all. Minny was carried high on the shoulders of frogs. Frogitilik laughed so hard he rolled into a puddle and splashed everyone. A lesson learned. After the forest calmed down, Frogitilik looked around. His belly was back to normal, and his heart felt much lighter. "I'm so sorry, everyone," he said. "I got too caught up in winning. I didn't mean to hurt anyone." "It's okay," Lily smiled. "You learned something important." "Next time," added Hopper, "share the water and the fun." From that day on, Frogitilik became the most thoughtful frog in Willow Hollow. He made sure everyone got water during races, and even helped dig little wells for animals in case of dry days. He also hosted a weekly forest comedy night, where Minny was always the star act. And whenever someone got too serious or selfish, someone would whisper, "Remember the time Frogitilik drank the whole forest?" And everyone would laugh and share a drink. The end.